5% of salaried workers will be eligible. So how will the changes impact the average worker? Dawn White digging deeper live in Harrisburg. Dawn.
Good afternoon, Mike and Valerie. The Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry says 185,000 workers in the state will now be eligible to get overtime. But those here at the Harrisburg Regional Chamber say this is bad news for local businesses. Overtime pay may soon become a reality for more salaried workers in Pennsylvania.
A good example would be somebody maybe who is a retail manager and maybe making a salary of, say, $40,000 a year. They're working overtime and they're not being paid for that now.
The Obama administration says only 7% of full-time workers qualify for overtime now. That's down from 62% in 1975. The new rule will raise pay by $12 billion over the next decade. The Harrisburg Regional Chamber worrying about how this could affect the local economy.
If people can't manage the hours, the cost of doing business is going to go up, and that cost is going to be passed on to the consumers that use those businesses.
We got mixed reaction from people in Harrisburg.
I think that if they were to up the threshold, they should take a closer look at the income levels on a local basis as opposed to a national basis.
Whether or not you get paid overtime should not be based off of salary in the first place. If you're doing the overtime, you should get paid overtime.
The Department of Labor says employers can either meet the new requirements, reduce hours, or raise salaried workers above the new threshold.
We are all about fair labor, and we want people to be paid fairly. And this is an opportunity that the federal government has taken under the Fair Labor Standards Act to ensure that people who are working overtime are being paid fairly. And
there's staff up there that are paid below this $47,000 and change, and so they're going to have to watch it too, or it's an additional cost to state dollars, and guess who those dollars are? They're the taxpayers' dollars.
And the overtime threshold was last increased back in 2004. I'll have more on when it's expected to get increased again tonight at 6. Working for you live in Harrisburg, I'm Dawn White, ABC 27 News.
Keeping